Yeah. Welcome back to the Love of Love podcast show. Man, we got some interesting things to talk about today. I want to talk a little bit about that boy, Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Man, we talking about generation change too. We want to talk about the generation change. But we're going to get this Dwight Howard dude out the way real quick because I just feel like he just needs to be out the way.
Man, for real.
Big 6'10" Dwight Howard.
Man.
Talking about he was had a boyfriend but what I heard was, this is what I heard first off.
Right.
The boy had a boy over there dressed up like a girl, right? And I guess he supposed to call another dude
Right.
to slide through.
For sure.
But the other dude didn't know that there was another boy there.
He was just, it was going to be a surprise. Yeah.
So I guess...
Well, I
tell you. The boy Dwight, boy cold. Damn, Dwight. But I never liked the Dwight Howard.
Right.
When he played for my Lakers,
oh, yeah.
I was like, man, why did we get Dwight Howard, man?
Right.
This dude's, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That ain't me.
You're right. For sure.
We didn't need that boy. He got size on him, but man, Dwight Howard. And I remember his girl was kind of putting him out there back in the day. He had a chick. I'm like, man, how you go from a chick to a chick with sticks, man? That don't make no damn sense, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
6'10" Dwight Howard, man.
Yeah, I guess it don't matter what size a motherfucker is nowadays. You know.
Anyway, so the boy trying to say that Dwight Howard had him come over there and he over there making relations with another chick with a stick. And the other dude said he pull up and not knowing what's going on. So he said he walk in, Dwight Howard like pushing up on him too, like, yeah, man, come on in. Come on, ready to join the festivities. The other dude, he said he wasn't with it.
Right.
But Dwight Howard supposed to force himself on the boy.
Wow.
Supposed to push the boy up against the wall and yeah. Get up on the wall, some penitentiary type shit, man.
Right.
Penitentiary type shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't know what you got to say about this, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to say about it, bro.
Shit, I would say we live in a very peculiar world nowadays, man. And I think
this world is wild.
Wild as the motherfucker.
Damn.
And the thing is, you know...
whoever thought the world would come to this?
Man, but it has, you know what I mean? You know, and like I said, you know, I'm always going to continue to Bible thump because I understand, you know what I mean, where it comes from. And I can see the remnants of what's been happening for, you know, decades and decades to come. You know, and the thing is it's like, you know, a lot of people don't want to have their mind or be open to what's really going on because they want to live in the blind. But I think ultimately, you know what got me? I actually was scrolling through my phone the other day too, right? Mm-hmm. And I had looked at the Dwight Howard thing and I was looking at the cat Nino Brown.
Right.
You know, I had sent that to you.
Nino Brown funny as hell.
Yeah, he was. Hey,
Nino Brown funny as hell.
Oh man, that nigga funny as motherfucker. Hey, you know, but when I was checking him out, I had seen the nigga Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, Bootsy was talking about this shit long time ago, you know what I mean, talking about Dwayne Wade's son. And, you know, something that's kind of funny about Dwayne Wade anyways, we already know that. You know, but he was saying
that's another story.
Right. But Mike Tyson gonna tell Bootsy, he was like, man, Bootsy, he was like, man, do you feel that, you have to talk about gay people because you feel like you're gay and you don't want to talk about and by you talking about them, you know, it makes you feel better, or you know what I mean, or you trying to hide something. So, you know, and I just heard that, but ultimately, you know, it was like one of those short skits.
Yeah.
But this is one thing I understand. You know, it's just like back in the day. You know, if I was around a crackhead, you don't hang around crackheads. The human mind is very, very peculiar, man. You can't be playing with certain kind of shit.
Very peculiar.
And a lot of shit, you know what I mean, they making it seem like it's okay. You know what I mean? You know, for a person to do. I had read, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna go back to the Bible again. I had read a long time ago, and I had never seen this in the Bible before, but what I seen was, one time it said that basically, one time, it says in there that basically, it says that any man that participates with homosexuality will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Then it also said any man that agrees with homosexuality will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So
Farrakhan said that too.
Right.
I just seen that just like a day or two ago, but go ahead.
For sure. So the thing is, you know, I believe we're living in a world nowadays to where they, you know, where wrong is, what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. And basically they trying to get you and push these narratives on you to where you will, because they're being pushed up by the higher ups. The higher ups is trying to push all this shit on us. So therefore, if you can denounce God by basically saying, you know, certain things is right, you know what I mean, that ain't natural. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? And to each his own, because the thing is when it boiled down to it, I feel like God got the power anyways. So
at the end of the day.
So at the end of the day, all this stuff, I know it all to be for, you know what I mean, so we're at one day sooner or later, we all gonna have to, you know what I mean, bow our knees and confess that God is God. You know, that's what it is. We all going through all this for his sovereignty alone. But back to the Dwight Howard thing. You know what I mean? You know, Dwight Howard, when it boiled down to it, it's like, man, I think there's a lot of cats out there nowadays that's weird. Man, I didn't talk to so many women, you know what I mean, or that's into the whole, you know what I mean, into the whole rainbow, you know what I mean, ABC, LBGK, whatever the hell, plus community. You feel me? And most the alphabet, you know what I mean, the alphabet people. You know, I feel like it's a whole bunch of people out there because, you know what I mean, we live in a world full of followers. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you know, when it come down to Dwight Howard, now, when it's talking about his game, when he first started in his game, Dwight Howard was on his shit, man. He was a cold beast. They named him to be, you know what I mean, the new Shaq and all that old type of shit. Because when he was with
Orlando, call you the new Shaq.
Yeah. When
Shaq
he was
Daddy, a real one.
Right. But when he was with Orlando, he was like, you know what I mean, other than Shaq, he was a force to reckon with, man, because, you know, Dwight Howard, he's a big cat, you know what I mean? And he was on his fitness shit. He was just naturally big. You feel me? So being, and he was hella athletic as well.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, when it comes to, you know, the whole Dwight Howard situation, man, and that, it's like, man, I you know what I mean, if that's what you into, man, and that's what, you know, you into, let it be known. You know what I mean? You know.
It's a new day, man. That's all I can say. I started, and I don't have nothing against homosexuals or none of that, or whatever y'all want to call it. I'm just trying to be respectful.
For
I
sure,
don't know what to call it.
Yeah. Well, last thing we're going to do is, you know what I mean?
If y'all like what you like, then that's what it is. You know, my mama just did a show for the letters, the alphabet people last week, and I had a good time. I just pulled up and watched the show. They was doing their thing, and then I got on up out of there. I ain't got nothing to give with. I deal with certain people that's with that too. You know what I'm saying? And also, when I was a young man, I went to prison. So when I went to prison, it blew my hair back.
Right, for sure. Most definitely.
It is what it is.
Right.
I just see some cats, you know what I'm saying, on that side of the game. Yeah, I sure hell did.
Right, for sure.
But if that's what you do, that's what you do. Shit, but y'all come out the closet though.
Yeah, for sure.
Come out the closet and let it be known. So therefore, people like us are heterosexuals, and you know what I'm saying, don't have to sit up here and wonder if, all right, man, this motherfucker this motherfucker that. I heard the wife, he like, oh, it's my business who's in my bed and all that. No, brother, the boy is the one putting your business in the streets.
It's gonna come out anyway.
Yeah, you a fucking athlete.
Right.
You on TV, boy.
For sure.
So they really gonna expose you.
Right.
And you on TV. You know
Most
what I'm
definitely.
saying? So that's something you ain't gonna be able to hide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's even like with me, coming from the penitentiary, even though I'm not exposing no one, but if I felt like I needed to, I could. You know what I'm saying? That's like me just coming out,
Right.
dropping names. Oh, I seen this, I seen that dude.
For sure.
You know, I leave, but me, I'm a different kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? I say, that's your business.
Right. For sure.
That's your business, but
Most
I ain't got
definitely.
nothing to do with that.
That's
But
definitely right.
come out the closet though. You know what I'm saying? Come out the closet. Let these cats, you know, some motherfuckers, let these girls know. Cause you know what I'm saying? Never know. We might
Correct.
be messing around with these goddamn girls and she sleeping with your motherfucking ass.
Correct.
And she ain't knowing, you know what I'm saying, you was, you know, part of the fruitcake. You know what I'm saying? Slice of fruitcake up in the thing, you know what I'm saying? But hell, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And I you know, love brought up a very important point right there. You know what I mean? I think when it boils down to it, when it boils down to anything, how you choose to live your life, you know what I mean? And you know, they say, you know, it's not hurting nobody because it has to do with love, but me myself, I would beg to differ because I believe that, you know, ultimately as humankind, we're all in this together. And basically, you know what I mean, we live in a cipher, you know, and basically what comes around, what goes around comes around. So anytime, you know, you might not perceive something to be harmful, but eventually, you know what I mean, time will tell how it will be harmful. And then on top of that, I believe that, you know, all these things that we're going through in life and all these changes that life has taken, you know, as far as us as human beings, you know, the wars, the famines, all the horrible things that's going on in this world. You know what I mean? If you put, I believe it's just I believe, you know, even with the you know, people deciding what their sexual orientation is, how they want to change their sex and so on and so forth. I think it's all a ball rolled up in one. It's not just one separate thing. You feel me? It all coincides with each other to make the world a shitty place. You feel me? You know, but like I said, you know, it's not my, you know, when it boils down to a person in there, you know, I would never, you know, when it comes down to a person and what they decide to do as far as their sexuality, hey, that's on them. But to be honest, I don't, you know, if it's as far as business is concerned, okay, you know what I mean, long as we handling business. You know what I mean? But anything else, you know, I don't hang around drug fiends. I don't hang around, you know, people that do certain things that I don't do. You know, I hang around people that have my same mindset because, you know, that's what I'm into. And I understand that if I start hanging around other people, there's no telling where that might take me. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because I'm human as well. You know, and I'm not, you know what I mean? And I understand that you may become subject to whatever you expose yourself to. That's just the way life goes.
Yeah, that's facts right
You
there.
feel me? You know what I mean? And there's no denying that. You feel me? I'm truly confident in who I am. But the thing is, you know, going back to Dwight Howard, you know, like I said, you know, you say the boy was, you know, he, and then on top of that, if he forced somebody, you know, in order for his own pleasures or whatever you want to call it, you know, that's, you know, you don't, you know what I mean? That's, you know, that ain't no shit to do. That's wrong like a motherfucker. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's just this topic.
Yeah, hey, man, it is. And then you listen, man. You just gotta be a strong person. I don't know how people minds get twisted all up. I mean, it's certain thing. I guess when you growing up, okay, if you growing up, you start realizing what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So some people probably as a kid didn't know which way to go yet or whatever.
Right.
And then they turn to, as they start growing up, they start seeing, okay, you always see man and woman. You know what I'm saying? You ain't too much growing up in my time. You didn't see a lot of boy on boy. I guess there was some, because I knew some, but it wasn't the way it is now.
Right.
Now they pushing it like crazy. You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying? They putting it all on TV in front of you. I had my brother, he could have got a role in Empire. You know, Byron could have been somebody in Empire. You know, Empire had a bunch of fruity stuff going on in
Right.
it. And Byron was like, oh, nah, I can't.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
had to turn the road
Most
down.
definitely. And that's
You
what
know
it
what
boiled
I'm
down
saying?
to.
And I was glad for him. I was like, damn, why the hell y'all want my brother to be somebody's boyfriend on the motherfucking show?
Man.
Byron say, shit, yeah, they want me to be the boyfriend on somebody, but he said, I had to turn the shit down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wasn't mad at him. I was like,
For
yeah,
sure.
because me being his big brother,
Yeah. For sure.
seeing my baby brother
Most definitely.
talk about some, yeah, Larry, and all this bullshit. Can you imagine we sitting here like,
For
what?
sure.
Then my homeboys called, boy, I see your little
man.
brother on Empire. You know what I'm saying? With
All that.
Larry.
All that.
And all
With
that. Yes, I'm like, oh, no. And I can only imagine how, you know, my homeboy talk
For
real
sure.
reckless.
Most definitely.
Even though, you know, some niggas that, you know what I'm saying, come from the jailhouse, you know what I'm saying? But niggas, they still talk reckless. They'd be like, yeah, I seen your brother on Empire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a cold game.
Oh, yeah,
cold game, ain't it? He must have
Man.
got paid a nice chunk of change for that.
Yeah, some stuff ain't worth selling your soul out for. You know what I mean? Well,
exactly.
nothing's
Sell
worth
his soul.
selling your soul for. You know what I mean?
That's what I was proud of him, but he
That's
didn't
for
sell
sure.
his soul. That's the word I was. He didn't sell his soul, man, for the bread.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to keep your integrity, man. You just can't just go out there and do certain things, man. And you got to be strong, you know. So I don't know how everybody else upbringing was, but you know, I was doing dude shit. I was tossing around footballs and, you know what I'm saying, boxing, fighting, flipping, shit. We did everything as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I said my cousin was doing Michael Jackson, he was doing Janet Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my cousin though, you know what I'm saying? Pretty smart nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so different times, man. They, like I said, that agenda, they try to push it real good.
Yeah, it is. And I think, you know, when it all boils down to that, I think the celebrities, you know, they're pretty much the ones to, you know, push that narrative and try to have other people accept it as well. And the reason being is, you know, I think that, you know, when you're in a celebrity, you know, when you're in the limelight, you want people to accept you, and then there's so much of, you know, that type of thing going around rampantly. It's like, and if you say something, you know, against or towards or how you feel, then basically you're the person that's wrong. Why is it okay for somebody to say that they're okay with the way they live their lifestyle, but you can't voice your opinion about how you feel about the situation, especially when it pertains to you and who you feel, you know what I mean, who you feel the creator is. You know what I mean? That should be the most important thing right there. So you know what I mean, like I said, to each his own, but excuse me. I know where I stand, and I know where I stand with the creator, you know, and I know that certain, you know, certain paths or certain things I just don't want to cross because I feel there's certain things there's just no coming back from. You know what I mean? So I'm not going never, you know, and then like I said, you know, I truly believe, you know, in nature, and I also believe in the Bible, and I understand what's going on nowadays. You know, I understand that basically if you get on Tinder now, most of the young women on there, or the women on there nowadays, they consider themselves, I forget the percentage, it's like 80% or something like that. Don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? Because I haven't I've seen the percentages before. I just can't think of it on the top of my head. But ultimately, the percentage is high. It's higher than 50%. I'll tell you that. Okay. But, you know, ultimately, most a lot of the women and young women nowadays, they consider themselves to be, what's that, bisexual, you know. So, and then, like I said, it's just, it's an accepting thing. So when it comes to, Dwight Howard, it's like, some people may not accept what he's doing, but I believe there's a lot of people that are. And I believe that, as time goes by, there's going to be, I think that these things that we're talking about, as far as Dwight Howard, I feel in another 5 years or so, they're going to be a taboo thing, meaning that, what I mean, it's going to be something that's just done automatically. You feel me? You know what I mean? And basically, people are going to look at it as, there's no harm in it, and especially in another 10 years,
Yeah.
especially in another 10 years.
At the end of the day, you do what you do. But like I say, I prefer you to come out and let it be known that you are what you are. And just don't try to, sex play heterosexual people. As far as that's concerned.
Right.
Now, as far as like my problem with it is dude is a basketball player. He was
Right.
a basketball star. I don't know what kids look up to this dude and all this shit, and they start looking up and start like Dwayne Wade. You say, you know what I'm saying? He made his son turn into a girl, and I agree with Boosie on that shit.
Yeah, for
I know
sure. I do
Mike
too.
Tyson had a problem with Boosie and all that shit, but shit, Mike Tyson, I agree with Boosie.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight like that. And I love Mike Tyson, but
Right.
at the end of the day, I agree with Boosie. Why the fuck you gonna cut the man nuts off and he's still a little boy?
Well, it's still a little
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? This man ain't even had time to grow into his masculinity to see if that's what he wanted. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? We don't know that. That man might change his mind.
Yeah.
And guess what? If he changed his mind now, it's too motherfucking late.
Too late.
You
Too
know
late.
what I'm saying? Now you gotta be stuck in the woman's body forever.
For sure. And then
You know
not
what I'm
just
saying?
that, and he's still in a man's body.
And he's still in a man's body, no matter what.
Yeah, he just, he just doesn't have
It was a skit that I was looking at the other day where the boy was dressed up like a woman, and Damon, what's his name? Damon Wayans, he had me rolling. He said, when you go to the gynecologist, what they tell you is.
Right. For
He
sure.
had me dying.
Right. Correct.
And the dude just kept on trying to talk to him, and he
Right.
said, shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, when you go to the doctor, man, what they tell you is.
Right. They're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you.
They're gonna tell you still a nigga.
Yeah, for sure. Correct.
Ain't nothing that can change that, bro.
Nothing.
It was some people talking about
Hormone blockers.
Yeah,
or whatever.
talking about niggas with periods and all this old weird ass shit. I'm like, what the fuck is these people doing? This is a boy. This boy would never ever get a period. How the fuck is it possible that a man can get a period?
Y'all seen that?
Let's not argue about stupid shit. Let's all make it make sense. You got a stick, you got a dick, you got balls. You're never gonna get a period. I don't give a fuck if you cut your shit off and all that shit. Only way you bleeding is from the motherfucker cutting your motherfucking genitals off.
For sure.
That's it.
Right.
But other than that, you still a male.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Let's make it make sense. Some of these people be tripping me out with the shit and the rhetoric that they be coming with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, like I said, I ain't got nothing against you. Do what you do, man. I fell up in a goddamn gay bar one time meeting a female that's gay. You know what I'm saying? And the dude looked right at me. That motherfucker say, "Oh, you ain't gay." I said, "You goddamn scared." And that was it, though. You know what I'm saying? He turned back around, talked to Larry, and got back to doing what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm like, shit, yeah, brother. Shit, just recognize game.
Most definitely.
Do what you do, but respect heterosexual people too, though. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know y'all hate heterosexuals' opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And we don't even got, you do, I don't care what you do.
Right.
Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Because I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do. You do what you do. I do what I do. And when we pound like this.
That's it, for sure. You know,
one love.
Right. And I think, the main thing is, a lot of times, when I see these certain videos, they try to say that people are advocating violence by, speaking their opinion, not speaking against, but speaking their opinion about what, about homosexuality and the effects that it may have on the human family, you know, and also how, how God sees it. At that point, it becomes people start feeling like they, or they feel like they're being attacked, or they're initiating violence. I don't even think violent acts happen like that. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I ain't seen any, bro.
But I've haven't heard about, no violent acts happening as far as,
Man,
homosexuality is concerned
they got
anymore.
parades
I
and all
think,
kind of shit.
yeah,
I
I
ain't
think
heard no
I,
violence either.
I
Man.
think we're so I think we're so in the clear of that, because people don't.
Shit is normal
It's
now.
just
Shit.
I don't. You know what I mean?
It's normal
People
now.
just like, heterosexual people are like, okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But for the most part, when it comes down to our opinion and what we feel, allow us to have that. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, we are protecting something that we feel to be greater than what your opinion is. You know what I mean? A lot of times our opinion of what, of what and how that should be handled, or what you should be doing, comes from a higher power. And that's what we stand on, you know, or we stand on the fact that we have children, and we're trying to protect our children as well.
That's the end of the day.
Because, and we don't want our children to feel or think that just because just because you have a sexual desire, you have to act it out in the way that you feel is appropriate to you. You feel me? Because me myself, I'm a man of purpose. I think that everything is done for a purpose. Even if I sleep with a woman, I feel like that woman is for a purpose. I feel that I should grow, build, make something happen with that woman, and so on and so forth. Now that hasn't happened every time. You feel me? But for the most part, I feel that when I do connect with a woman, we are supposed to build something together as men and women. You feel me? But I'm not just out there willingly or willy-nilly out there just, sticking my Johnson and everything just for the sake of doing it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I am a man of purpose, and I understand that things are made for a purpose.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely agree with that. I
Johnsons and vaginas was made for a purpose.
made for a purpose.
That's my take on it. You know what I mean? Now, human beings have all kind of weird ass thoughts. I didn't had all kind of weird ass thoughts. You know what I mean? I had to kick out of my mind. I'm like, shit, where the fuck that come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes you go through that bullshit.
Right.
You know?
But the thing is if the thing is once you know what I mean, I done had, you know what I mean, once you allow those thoughts to continue to fester in your mind, then next thing you know what I mean, and then you get around people that have certain thoughts, you know what I mean, let's say we can go back to crack. If you think you want to smoke some crack and a crackhead come around, you know what I mean? You get that thought in your mind, you be like, dang, I might want to try some crack. You know what I mean?
That's why it's not-
And then next thing you know, you know what I mean, you smoking crack.
That's
You know what I
why it's
mean?
not
You around
good
some
to have a brain that just, what you call it when you just laying around? You just,
idle mind.
That's why it's not good to have an idle mind. When you have an idle mind, you thinking about all kinds of crazy shit.
That's why the Bible says a man should never have an idle mind. You should always stay busy.
Always thinking crazy shit.
Always stay busy.
Stay busy. If you can't stay busy, open up a book and read or something.
Do
Get some
something.
knowledge or something.
Do something.
Get up, do some exercise. How about that?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because the idle mind, man, you just, idle mind, you thinking of all wickedness, man.
All wickedness.
That's when the devil's at work.
Man, you said it.
You know what I'm saying?
You said it.
The devil was at work when you got an idle mind, brother.
You said it.
And I know this for a fact, because when I was on house arrest, when you on house arrest, you can't have nothing but an idle mind. But guess what? I didn't have an idle mind because I was always reading, writing, or I was doing something with my time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is how we got this. You know what I'm saying? Doing podcasts. This is how I started mobile detailing. This is how we started businesses. You know what I'm saying? Because That mind was steady working. It was processing. It was want to do something to figure out what's the next move.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? What's the next move? And it definitely wasn't thinking about, yeah, sometimes you think about some females and all that shit. You heard what I said. Females.
For
You
sure.
shit like that, but then guess what? You be like, shit, what the hell am I thinking about the female for? What
definitely.
what she gonna do? Because once you get pleasure, then you back to, I used to have a person tell me, he used to say, man, once you get a nut, then you looking at the girl like, okay, what's next? Right.
Yeah. A man of substance.
Right. The average
man of
motherfucker be
substance.
like, shit. Well, shit, I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here.
Right. For sure.
See you next time.
Right. Most
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So that's just a moment, moment of time. That you
That's
go
it.
about your business.
That's
You got to
it.
get back to not having the idle mind. Now you got to think what's next to do.
Most
See
definitely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think the problem with the world is nowadays, man, so many people they wrap their mind around, they put sex before everything. You know, that's the problem. You know, we just got a bunch of freaky motherfuckers running around. You know what I mean? You know.
That's what the world about now.
The
world about sex
you know,
now, man.
that's all
it's
it's about.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I mean,
Sex.
you know, I talk, I mean, like, for instance, you know, I know a lot of these women, they running around here talking about, they can please themselves better than a man. Or they talking about, I like women better than I like, better than I like men. You keep playing with them toys. They keep playing with them toys and stuff. Every time they get that sexual urge, they going to fulfill it, without a man. So it's taking away their natural desire for a man, is what's happening. You know what I mean?
What?
Because every time, and then on top of that, they become, lymphatic with it, to where there's, straight nymphos.
Right.
So being that now, it's like what I need a man for. These toys please me more than a man. And then, if I get tired of that, then I can go over to homegirl house and she gon', she gonna go ahead and lick this junk. You're taking away your natural desire for a man.
Yeah. Well, some of these girls are nymphos because they in the streets too, you know what I'm saying? And you figure out they been with a bunch of dudes all day, every day, then you like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you come to your ass, you like, shit.
For sure.
And then I got an hour in me.
Right. Most definitely.
You ready to round, whoop, 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 whoop. When you used to have 4, 5 motherfuckers in one day, you like, shit, okay.
Yeah, but see, that's what, Go
back to work, shit.
For sure. But when it come to Dwight Howard in his situation, has that always been him as a man? Has that always those things always festered in his mind? Has he always? I know the man has kids. So the thing is, I believe
that's fucked up. His kids gotta deal with this shit,
right?
Man.
And I believe at some point in time,
he ain't Superman no more. Damn.
Well, the way he tried to take old boy down, he tried to show that he was. But the thing is now it's like
allegedly.
Yeah, for sure.
Put allegedly
most
on there.
Definitely, most definitely. But it's like now, by him being, he has kids. He has kids, and on top of that, I know he was struggling with his baby mama for the longest about child support. So where do the factor come in at that? Basically, he wants to try something different. At some point in time, I believe that thought had to come into his mind. He was probably hanging around certain kind of people. He was kind of probably looking at certain shit. Then next thing you know, he decided to act out on it. That's the way shit works. That's the way life works. That's the way the human mind works. These things fester in your mind, and once you decide that you're going to, you plant a seed, and just with anything else, if you manifest something in life, you can manifest a whole lot of shit. You feel me? You can even manifest that type of shit. But the thing is, you have to be careful of the things you watch, the things you look at, and the company that you keep.
That watching stuff, and they say, like, even if you're watching like scary movies or something like that, to put a certain energy in you before you go to sleep.
Man,
it's crazy.
It's all real, man.
You might have a nightmare or something, or anything. But hey, man, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say on that, man. We live in a spiritual world, man.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? It's way deeper than what people think. And the thing is, there's something deeper going on in the world than just what we see. There's something deeper than that.
No,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? So the thing is, you have to be aware of what's truly going on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
just kind of watch your environments, I guess. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because when you come to a city like this, you know what I'm saying? This the city of sin, man, where people love to party, people love to do all kind of freaky things in the nighttime. You
For
know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying, shit. I seen a lot of people that came out here and got turned out. You know what
Man.
I'm saying? They was lost. You know what I'm saying? Now they trying to make their way back. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't fuck with, the city will eat you up. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how strong you are. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people you done seen people that done came here, they was strong as a motherfucker when they got here. Then I started seeing the motherfuckers down the line, they was getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker.
Mm.
I had to put some game up in them to build them back up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey man, you gotta watch your circles, man. You gotta watch how you moving. You gotta watch how you moving, how you picking and choosing your people, man. Because if you picking and running around with the wrong motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying if you hang around a bunch of dope addicts, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to get high.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna tell you to try it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Try this out, man. This might get you, you know what I'm saying? Or if you hanging around a bunch of people that hang around at the gypsies down there, the gypsies is get, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go down there and you might get turned out that way. If you hang around niggas that get money, guess what? You're gonna want to get money.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's the energy. You know what I'm saying? It's the energy. It's real.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You get around certain energy, you're gonna want to be a part of what energy that is. You know, it's like that's like people that look at like when they watching all the shit we doing. You know what I'm saying? They like you see people that's not even in part of our culture,
Right.
they'll watch it and they be like, damn, I want to be a part of that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They listening to it. They listen to the rapping. They listening to watching how we moving and grooving, watching how we snapping our game, popping our peas and all
Right.
that shit.
For sure.
Now you turn around, this motherfucker doing the same shit.
Yeah, correct.
It's the energy.
Correct.
So watch the energy you get around. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get around the wrong energy, you're gonna get the wrong energy. You get the right energy, you're gonna get the right energy. You dig?
And stand for something.
And stand for something. Yeah, please stand for something. Or you gonna fall for nothing.
Mm.
Hello. All right, man. So yeah, I think that was an interesting. I think that was an interesting topic.
For sure.
And but yes, sir. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and y'all. I got some music I'm about to start doing. I'm finna put some stuff back together. And my boy Luch, he doing what he doing. Tell him what you got going on, man.
Oh well, shit, man. Ultimately, throughout the years, I hustled and I met a lot of people around the United States. Is what I did. So I'm putting some stuff together that basically where a lot of the communities that I dropped. At the time I was selling a lot of weed. And I and basically I felt like I took from the community. So now, I have something to where, ultimately I want to go. I'm setting up something to where I'm going to go around, to all the different. I've been in a lot of places too, you know what I mean, and actually give back to the communities.
Been around the world and yeah.
For sure.
Anyway, so that's what that is. And we want to thank Edith Umber for letting us, you know what I'm saying, facilitate this facility right here. Shout out to Byron Times 10. Y'all make sure y'all want to slide in and have some good entertainment. Slide down to Lady Brad's page. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and get on some of this Love and Luck podcast. You know what I'm saying? We some brothers trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep it up out the gutter. You understand me? So please like and subscribe and share this thing. You dig? Share this thing. Let Nino Brown say, share this thing.
Yeah, that nigga be killing it with that. That nigga is hilarious. Yeah, it is. But yeah.
You got some more?
Nah, that's okay. Well, ultimately, like I said before, my homeboy fronted me, and now the bank fronts me. As long as I have all my things intact and in order, don't be scared, man. Take a risk. Get you some money, figure out how to invest it. And like I always say, I keep it moving, and I let God do the rest. So basically, All you got to do is keep it moving. You feel me? So, yeah, you can reach me at Luck Got Fronted on all platforms. And on top of that, you can reach me at capitalmovements.com.
And like me on Love Vegas at all platforms. And that means go. We out.
And peace out, and we get with you.